Okay, everyone, welcome back. This is going to be part 2 of the Windstorm Dragon build. Here we are at kind of a recap of this is where we've gone after day number 1. Pretty cool so far. My impressions on building this initially are it's really fun. I've never actually done a wood kit like this before. So doing it really is kind of a learn by doing process. And I will say one of the things I am experiencing is, so this piece of wax came with the kit. Use it liberally, especially on anything with gears and on the outside of these round pieces, because that's where the friction is going to kick in. So it absolutely makes a difference. I tried a couple gears early on without using some of the wax. I had to go back and put wax into it. And then as I turn this little key piece here, which I'm not going to do now because there are some loose bits that aren't secured into place and they'll pop out if I try and turn it. It made it just much easier to have waxing on the gears to allow them to spin freely. So use it. As far as I can tell, it's just a candle or a piece of candle wax. You can use candle wax. You can probably use beeswax. You can get that from hobby shops or craft stores. Very easy to find. But feel free and use it liberally. Go at it. And the other thing is the 240 sandpaper. Definitely have to use it because as you punch out some of these pieces, there will be burrs and pieces and spurs of wood that need to be smoothed off just to allow everything to fit nice and smooth, and then again to allow things to spin and turn without binding. So fantastic little addition that cost them almost no cents to add into the piece, and I have plenty of this left over from other hobbies. Now, as for construction process, I have just started, as you can see, working into panel number 2 of what looks to be 5 panels. So I'd probably say I'm a quarter to a third of the way through realistically. As you can see, there are some large pieces that kind of take up a lot of real estate here. So I imagine if I can't finish this in part number 2, the video starts getting too long, I'll wrap it up in part 3 and then do a full-on demonstration of how everything moves together and kind of play with the toy a little bit, because I am just super excited and I cannot wait to get this up and flapping and really just looking rad. I have a feeling I'm going to have to move some other model kits, maybe some Lego kits around and give this more of a center stage on my little display area. Well, that's enough of my introduction. I'm just going to go ahead and get into the building process. So I'll probably have some music playing and eventually speed up the video. Thank you very much for watching. Do the like and subscribe thing, please. It just, it helps me, makes me feel good. And enjoy the show. folks, I think that's going to do it for day 2 and part 2 of the build. As you can see, I was able to do more of the body, expand out the torso, and then run the rubber banding mechanism that drives the gearing. I was also set up the base, as you can see there. Now, one of the cool things I noticed is that there's actually a quick release right here, where you can pull this out, spread these 2 points, and then take the kit out, because further down the road, or as an option, it can be like a free hanging. It doesn't have to stay on the base. So that gives you a couple options of different mountings or presentations. It's pretty cool. Now, as for part 3, got to do the face, obviously. The tail, which I imagine both of those will go pretty quickly. There's going to be legs, arms, and legs, because, you know, dragons, at least this dragon has 4 legs coming out and then the wings. And then there's a little more work on the wings. And it looks like a good bit of the last little section is running thread, which they provided, to do some of the rigging and some of the paperwork for the wings. So that might be time consuming, but not particularly interesting. I will say, again, the instructions are fantastic. There's a little bit of written bits here or there, but really the pictures are done extremely well. They're very accurate to what you actually take out. And then, like I showed before, they tell you to add wax here, be wary of certain orientations, do this as part 1, this is part 2. Fantastic directions. I mean, just stunning. I love this so far. I will most definitely be buying something else from UGears. Maybe a puzzle box, maybe a car, but that's all in the future. I'm going to worry about that later. I want to say thank you for watching. This has been super fun, and I hope it's been super informational, inspirational, interesting, whatever. I'll say once again, do the like and subscribe thing. I would really appreciate it. Leave some comments if you like this, you don't like this. If you want to see me do other stuff in the similar vein of these Clockworks, please let me know. I do obviously a lot of different things because I have a lot of different interests, but knowing what people want to see would help me come up with new ideas. Other than that, be on the lookout for my end of year kind of state of play or state of what I'm doing in hobby. Actually, I could call it state of hobby. Yeah, that might work. That sounds pretty good. So keep an eye out for my end of year state of hobby, and where I might talk a little bit about what my plans are in the near future. Thank you again for Lazy Dog. This is Dennis, and have a good night.